All right, today we're heading out on a plant safari through Kenya. And I mean, forget lions and elephants for a second. We are hunting for plants that look like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. We're diving into a fascinating botanical travelogue, so let's jump right in.
Right off the bat, just look at this. And no, that's not some kind of special effect. This is a real tree, photographed in the Kenyan twilight. It almost looks like it's glowing from the inside. An image like this just makes you wonder, what other secrets is this landscape hiding, right?
So that's the big question, isn't it? What kind of tree has bark that actually glows blue in the twilight? Well, to find the answer, we're going to join a team of botanists on their safari, an adventure that, like most great expeditions, definitely did not start as planned.
Every great story of exploration has its hurdles, and this one begins not out in the wild bush, but, well, pretty much stuck in a repair shop. Yep. 14. That's how many days the team was stuck in Mombasa, just waiting for their Land Cruiser's engine to get repaired. You can just feel the frustration, can't you? The wilderness is calling and you're just waiting. So finally they get a rental car, and they're off. But because of that long delay, their 160-kilometer drive to the first major stop, Voi, turned into this mad dash against time, just trying to make it before night completely fell. But here's the thing about botanists. They're a persistent bunch. Even with just the last slivers of daylight, the moment they arrived in Voi, the discoveries started happening.
And this was one of their very first finds. This plant is called a Mamordica rostrata, and that weird, swollen base, that's its secret weapon for survival. It's a specialized stem that's known as a caudex.
So, what in the world is a caudex? Honestly, it's pretty simple. The easiest way to think about it is like the plant's own built-in water bottle. It's this thick, woody base that stores up moisture, so the plant can make it through those long, dry seasons. It's basically a living canteen.
And this is a brilliant example of different survival tactics. The team also found a related species, Mamordica spinosa. Now, while the rostrata puts all its energy into building this massive underground canteen, the spinosa grows more like a regular shrub with just a tiny little caudex. So you've got two relatives with two totally different answers to the same harsh environment. Okay, so now let's get back to that mystery we started with, that incredible blue-stemmed tree.
First, though, let's just set the scene. This is the habitat where these trees, which are part of the Commiphora family, are found. They're not just some random oddity. They are a fundamental part of what makes this arid landscape so unique.
And here it is again, the star of the show, Commiphora holtziana. In that evening light, its peeling, almost paper-like bark reveals the smooth stem underneath that just shines with this wild, ethereal blue-green color. It's an absolutely stunning adaptation. And then, to complete the picture, you get this. In total contrast to that rugged, sculptural trunk, the tree produces these teeny, delicate flowers. It's just a great reminder that even the toughest-looking plants have a fragile side.
So, from the plains around Voi, the journey pushed on to a place that was even more special. This was really the climax of the whole safari, the Ghazi Valley.
The author of the travelogue calls it a botanical treasure chest. And man, they were not kidding. Because it's nestled between these mountains, the valley gets more water than the areas around it, which means one thing: an absolute explosion of plant life.
And the finds just started coming thick and fast. Here we have a Garadanthus macrorhizas, a plant that's actually known not for its flower, but for these incredible leaves that just shimmer with this silvery sheen.
And then there's this bizarre-looking thing. It's a Dorsinia crispa. It seriously looks more like a sea creature than a plant. And get this, it was just one of 3 different Dorsinia species the team found in this one valley alone.
And of course, where you find moisture, you're often going to find orchids. This beautiful, intricate specimen was just one of the blooming orchids they found thriving in the valley's special little microclimate.
And another one. This is an orchid from the Eulaphia genus. Finding multiple types of orchids like this just reinforces that idea of Ghazi Valley being a genuine, bona fide treasure chest of biodiversity. You know, the trip revealed so much, but it also left this lingering impression that they had barely scratched the surface. It's like every discovery just pointed to more things yet to be found.
This was another one of those unforgettable sights, a different Commiphora species, the mild Brady. This thing is a massive tree that looks like a living sculpture, with this dark, gnarled trunk and these wonderfully twisted, eccentric branches. It really captures the wild character of the place.
And listen, this is just a tiny fraction of what they saw. The team documented everything from iconic baobabs to those fragrant boswellia trees, that's the source of frankincense, and they came across countless other plants they couldn't even put a name to right then and there.
So, it's pretty fitting that the source text for this whole story ends with just 2 words: to be continued. And that's perfect, right? Because in a place this rich with life, the story of discovery is never, ever really over.
And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. This journey through Kenya shows us that there are still so many natural wonders hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to look a little closer. What other marvels are out there, just off the beaten path?